Montgomery County Republican Minority Commissioner Joe Gale. Commissioner, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Barry. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on the program.
Oh, no, I know that a lot of people got a tax bill. Are you hearing from any of your constituents about that bill that came in the mail this week, Joe?
I certainly am. I'm hearing from a lot of constituents across Montgomery County. There were a good amount of people that followed the budget process that took place in December of 2016. However, for those who didn't, they're now receiving their tax bill letters in the mail, like you said, and they noticed this new tax increase, and they're outraged by it. So we've been getting a lot of phone calls, letters, emails, and people aren't happy about it, Barry.
Yeah, one thing, Joe, when I usually got that bill, for most people know, it's the county and usually their local municipality, it's usually a couple $100s. When I opened my bill this time and saw that it's almost up to $1,000, I almost fell over. I said, how did this, and of course, and again, we'll mention the fact that I mentioned it this morning, you voted no on this tax increase, correct?
Correct.
And this is on the backs of last year. So in the last 2 years, Montgomery County residents have had their taxes raised a whopping 21% under the Democratic administration. It's a lot of money.
They have.
Yeah.
Yeah, back-to-back tax increases. And this tax increase that took place this year is a dedicated millage rate to fund the community college. And I was very vocal in my opposition because the county already funded the community college through the county's operating budget. But this new millage rate now shifts the burden, the expense of the college to the property owners who were already paying for the college when they paid their county real estate bill. So now the county's off the hook. The property owners have the burden of it, yet the county spent the money they typically allocated to the college elsewhere. So that practice is not sustainable. And the operating budget for the county was $389 million in 2016. This year in 2017, the operating budget is $409 million. So that increased about $20 million, and that's about the amount that the county typically allocated to funding the college. So that $20 million, they put around $18, $19 million in recent years, is now being spent elsewhere. So that's not sustainable, and it's something I was very vocal about. I had a lot of supporters across Montgomery County come out to the public hearings that were in the middle of the day when most people can't attend. But for those who don't, they're now seeing that in their tax bill letter, the increase.
Yeah, I mean, I was at the one hearing, the morning hearing, and people were very vocal. There could be almost no doubt in the other commissioner's mind that people did not like this tax. And it's almost like the guy at the carnival who puts the pea under the three cuffs and shifts them around and says, now where, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Taxes didn't go down.
I called it a trick budget.
Yeah, they added a new tax, and taxes went up. It's crazy. The other thing I want to ask you about, Joe, is this letter. Now, I don't know if everybody got this letter. It was in I live in East Norriton. It was in my letter, and it's on county stationery, but it's an unsigned letter. And at the top it says, Dr. Arkush, Josh Shapiro, who isn't even a commissioner, and it has your name on it. It almost implies that you're part of this tax increase, and I wanted to give you a chance to address that.
Yeah, you're right. It is an unsigned letter, which I agree is very strange. And then at the top, you have the county letterhead and the names of the three commissioners. I'm sure that was part of the reasoning why, they want to assume that everybody's honky-dory about this, but there are a good amount of people in Montgomery County that recognize that I'm the one commissioner in the county that opposed this tax increase. And when you rewind to the tax increase that was implemented in 2016, that was a unanimous vote by all three commissioners. So there was no they didn't receive public pushback because most members of the public weren't aware. There's nobody being outspoken against the tax increase. It was a unanimous vote. But this past December, I really pushed back. It was a 2-to-1 vote. And if we keep the pressure on the Democrats and remind people that, we're facing back-to-back tax increases, and it's not fair to our senior citizens who are on fixed incomes. And I'll do everything I can to offer suggestions to rein in spending. But however, they don't always listen to my input, Barry.
No, I know. Now, one final thing, Joe, in the letter, and I'm quoting what it says here, it says, any questions regarding the Montgomery County Community College tax millage should be directed to the Montgomery County Finance Department, 610-278-3486. Almost seems unfair that one commissioner who voted for it is gone, the other one's not taking calls. And what does the Finance Department have to do with answering questions about a millage? It's sort of like, in my opinion, throwing these guys under the bus.
Yeah, I know the Finance Department is taking calls since their numbers on this letter. However, we also have a large amount of residents who are calling the commissioners directly.
Okay.
And I get on the phone with as many constituents as I can to let them know the stance I took and listen to their concerns and their frustrations. And from what I hear, my two colleagues will not discuss this matter with the public. They fail to answer emails. They fail to answer phone calls. So I'm the only commissioner on the board that's actually listening to what the constituents have to say and responding to them. And as an elected official, I think that's something we should do. We shouldn't just pass it off to the Finance Department.
No.
We should take responsibility. The three of us were the ones to vote on these matters.
And I noticed by looking at Facebook, and if people want to get in touch with you, it's right through your Facebook page. It seems like lately, almost every day or every night, you've been at some type of function. No, really, you're out there among the people, and you post a picture, and if somebody wants to come up to you and say, Joe Gale, I think this tax is really horrible, you would talk to them. I've seen you do it before. So, before I let you go, and we only have a minute, did you see the piece by Laura McChrystal in Philly.com about the absentee ballot thing?
I did.
Is what the little tiff at the end between you and Commissioner Arkush accurate, where she said you were unconscionable, unjustified?
She did say that, which I was shocked she would use those type of words when I just point out facts.
Yeah.
But, the media failed to report on my explanation. They just put in a little blurb here and there of my statement, but they leave out my explanation, which isn't accurate reporting for the readers.
Yeah.
I've noticed that with all the local papers. And in fact, the Intelligencer I just read this morning reported on the election board meeting. It failed to even mention my name or any lines I said during the meeting. So it's very poor reporting. I keep my chin up. I keep, like you said, I'm out there in the public all the time. I talk to the people directly. I think I've proven, and other elected officials at the top with President Trump have proven, if you go directly to the people, we can surpass the biased media, and that's what I've been doing. I'm connecting with people all across Montgomery County. I share the same frustrations they do, and I'm honored to be their voice in county government.
Well, Joe, thank you for coming on. I guess you're going to have to start doing more with your Twitter account, huh? Like the president?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter.
Okay,
I'm
good.
on Facebook, and everybody can check out my website, which is joegale.com.
Commissioner Gale, thank you for joining us. Don't be a stranger. We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks, Joe.
All right, Barry. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Commissioner Joe Gale talking about the tax increase that most people got. If you're in Montgomery County, the tax increase you got this coming bill, which came in the mail this week. 1440 WNPV.